Today we are going to find out who the world's strongest Spider-Man is. We're going to be looking at the 10th strongest Spider-Man in the whole of Spider-Man history. But first of all, before we get to this video, I have not watched. I think the most Spider-Man I've watched is 2, and that is Homecoming and Far From Home, and I can't remember anything. So pardon me. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video.
Do you know all about the almost endless versions of Spider-Man?
No, I do not.
How many Spider-Men are there?
A lot. And believe me, you don't know them all. That's why today I bring you the 10 most powerful Spider-Men. Here, I won't develop the classic version of Spider-Man because it's really unique. Spider-Ham is not here either, and certainly not Spider-Pig.
What's Spider-Pig?
I'm sorry, Spider-Pig, you're my number one. So, the first on this list is
I guess.
Scarlet Spider, KAINE Parker.
They need my help. Get to safety. I'll be back for you.
Many have taken the name of the Scarlet Spider, like Ben Reilly, and even Peter Parker himself was called like that.
I think I only know two
today
Spider-Man,
I'll talk about the most
Tom Holland
powerful,
and Peter Griffin.
KAINE. He is the first clone of Peter Parker created by Miles Warren. Yes, in case you didn't know about it, there are a few clones of Peter out there.
What?
Clones?
Despite the fact KAINE is a clone of Peter, he's so much stronger, faster, and has much more resistance.
Bro, this
he's able
Spider-Man
to
looks
lift up to
evil.
30 tons.
Was there a time Spider-Man was bad at any point?
And what's more, KAINE made a display of strength when he was able to knock the wild rhino out during a battle.
Sad, I'm not like a Marvel or movie
In
guy.
addition, he has superhuman reflexes, which are 40 times faster than yours or mine. Reflexes that allow him to dodge projectiles and laser beams. Look at all these incredible stingers in his forearms. Stingers that are able to cut even the hardest metal.
Bro, since
But that's not all. KAINE's advanced musculature produces less fatigue toxins, making it unstoppable, making that combat style is more brutal.
Is able to bring out that hand stuff. Can't remember his name.
Miles Morales. Miles? Who is Miles?
Yeah,
Don't
Miles.
freak out. My name is Miles Morales, and I'm Spider-Man.
That's right, this great version of Spider-Man is quite different from the Peter Parker that you're accustomed to.
It's Tom
Miles has
Holland's name,
African-American
actually Tom
descent,
Holland
but he
in-
also has a touch of Latin
Spider-Man
flavor
movie.
since his mother is from Puerto Rico. Miles was bitten by a spider that had been part of an experiment, much
Hold
like
on.
Peter Parker.
How is he not the first Spider-Man? It was one that the spider beat first. Me every
Thanks
time
to
I see
this,
Spider-Man.
Miles has an improved strength and agility of Class 5. That is, he can lift 19 tons
Spider-Man.
easily, which is the...
Yo, he said he can live
Thanks to this,
take it
Miles
back.
has an improved strength and agility of Class 5. That is, he can lift 19 tons of weight easily, which is the equivalent of a
I
great
can
white
lift
shark,
20.
and throw it at his enemies. Who could imagine that such force was hidden in a body so small?
Did you call me
Yeah.
small? What happened to you?
Yes, I-
Is it the supervillain diet?
In addition, Miles also has a venomous ray with which he can temporarily paralyze his enemies with a single touch.
Yeah, that is different between those days Spider-Man and this day. I think this day does not have like superpowers, just like
And its most interesting
normal
ability of
Spider-Man
all,
that can
the
spit out the balls.
arachnid
These days,
camouflage,
he had, like,
which allows him to mix with his
extra
environment
superpowers,
and surprise his
saying?
enemies. In Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, not only did you know more about Miles, but also there is
I
another
think I've
version
seen
of
him, like,
Spider-Man that
all
stands
this
out for his
CKD.
ability to break the bones of the thugs,
Something like
and that is
But this only cartoons.
Spider-Man Noir. Holding a good revolver comes to this list Spider-Man Noir, but better let him introduce himself.
It's 1933, and I'm a private eye. I like to drink egg creams, and I like to fight Nazis. A lot.
Spider-Man
What?
Noir takes us to extremely violent times inspired by the period of the Great Depression. In other words, the terrible outcome of the economic crisis. This character really looks like an authentic gangster who mercilessly faces
I'm
his enemy
confused.
with
Why are there
powerful
two
firearms,
Spider-Mans by the
including
side?
a
This-
powerful machine gun.
This should not
But
be called
don't think he
Spider-Man.
only has a good shot. He also
You
knows how to
call
fight
them-
crime by force. He knows all the tricks. But if there's something in which Spider-Man stands
Well,
out
not
beyond his
Spider-Man.
incredible skills
Or
is
Black
his epic
Spider-Man.
suit made of Kevlar, which is
Because they
bulletproof
don't look like
and
Spider-Man.
big explosions. And of
Dude,
course,
they
a
tried
suit as
playing Rubik's
distinguished as
Cubes.
this one must always be very well combined. That's why Spider-Man Noir wears a dark raincoat and a hat that matches perfectly. This character is quite independent,
He looks like a movie actor.
being his best ally the
The
darkness
real
of the night during a battle.
This joyride ends now.
It looks like this guy that acted this movie. Who can remember the name of this movie? I've not watched it. I saw it on TikTok. This movie like are you talking to my brother? Like, why are you laughing at my brother? Well, like I'm guessing you're the older one and you're the fatter one, something like that.
Spider-Man 2099.
That's my dress.
Awesome. You're Spider-Man, but
Try to think of.
who are you? Are you me? And what's up with the costume?
I am Spider-Man.
I'm sure you know him more like Miguel O'Hara. I'll tell you, he's the head of a research department on genetic transmutations. And what do you think? It was precisely after an accident in a laboratory that Miguel turned into this amazing Spider-Man.
Why was he fighting the last Spider-Man?
As far as I'm concerned, this is one of the most amazing suits created for Spider-Man. But can you believe that this is actually a costume that Miguel wore on Day of the Dead, a Mexican holiday celebrated throughout Mexico? Just as you hear, and although it was originally just a costume, it's made with unstable molecules, which makes it indestructible. Regarding his ability, this Spider-Man has an impressive ability to heal quickly, allowing him to regenerate his damaged tissue faster. On the other hand, the Spider-Man 2099 can move.
Yo, ever just wants to go to the future, like he, let me say 200 years from now, and try to see maybe they've created one of these Spider-Man suits or what is
Regarding his ability, this Spider-Man has an impressive ability to heal quickly, allowing him to regenerate his damaged tissue faster.
So
on the other hand, the Spider-Man 2099 can move so fast that it's able to leave a track of his body to distract his enemies as a decoy. Can you imagine how confused they would be?
I'm confused because I don't understand how you can do that.
Do you remember that I told you that there were many Peter Parker clones out there?
No.
Yes.
Well, this is one more on the list, and he appeared due to an experiment that Miles Warren was doing again, so that he can create someone capable to kill the real Peter. Thanks to Warren providing the genetic engineering to Spider-Side, he has improved abilities and some new ones, such as the ability to control his body completely. He can also change his shape and appearance, and even extend his limbs just as Mr. Fantastic would do.
Yo, Fantastic Four! If you have not watched it, man,
Spider-Side is incredibly resistant to any injury, falls from very high places, and bullet wounds, since he can control the density of his body tissues. Because of his accelerated healing factor, Spider-Side can heal from an injury approximately 20 times faster than Peter.
Hey, and let me know if any of you know this Spider-Man, because I do not know any single one.
Superior Spider-Man. Look at this amazing suit. It's very elegant, don't you think so?
Amazing, actually.
This version of Spider-Man belongs to an arachnid world that made a 180-degree...
I remember when I was small, like, I always see like this Spider-Man suit that have more suit. I always wanted one of them, but I mean, not really
term when the body of Peter Parker was taken possession by the mind of the well-known villain Otto Octavius.
Oh,
How is it possible?
The result of this inconceivable event is that the memories of Peter and Otto are combined. Amazingly, at the moment Otto is inside of the body of Peter, he stops being now the same villain as always in order to be better and become a real hero.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
The Superior Spider-Man is a much more violent version, since he uses all his strength without hesitating to pull the trigger to get rid of heartless villains, as he did with Massacre, a murderous psychopath. This behavior not only threw me, but was worthy of the participation of no more and no less than the Avengers.
The Avengers and Marvels, I don't know the same people.
Nevertheless, Octavius managed to stay in Peter's body. But as not everything lasts forever, at the end of the series of this comic, the mind of Peter Parker manages to get his body.
Yeah, that guy looks so
Cosmic
weird.
Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
You have to see this amazing suit. He shines as if he were an amazing galaxy, but if you're really immersed in the world of comics, you'll realize immediately that he borrowed it from the Captain Universe. Well, it was actually the Enigma Force that this time chose Peter Parker as a bearer of this energy that gives him great powers, turning him into one of the most impetuous beings. Would you like to know what he is capable of now?
Yes, I do!
Well, I'll tell you that he has amazing strength by saying that he throws cosmic rays that can destroy solar systems and even entire galaxies.
I thought it's supposed
Not
to
only can he heal the
waves.
sick and wounded, breathe in space, travel in time, and the most amazing of all, the power of molecular alteration to modify all kinds of things.
What can't
Of course,
he do?
this
It's
tremendous
literally
power
Doctor
could not
Strange.
go unnoticed, because many villains like Graviton, gigantic robots, and Sentinels are behind him to kill him. But at the end, thanks to his magnificent powers, the cosmic Spider-Man
dude
gets
is
rid of
working.
everyone in no time. Iron Spider.
Yeah, dude, I think.
Missed me, didn't you? Got a new magic trick to show you.
In the film Avengers Infinity War, this suit saved Spider-Man from suffocating death by trying to follow the ship of the evil Ebony Maw.
Is that not Iron Man and Spider-Man together? Mixed together.
We're too high up. You're running out of air.
Covering his arachnid body just in time.
Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here.
The creator of this fascinating costume is no
Yo,
more
Tony
and no
Parker
less than
is-
the great Tony Stark,
Okay,
who
Tony
designed
Stark,
it
I mean, my
especially
bad,
for
my bad.
Spider-Man. However, we can see the wide differences not just into the design, but also
the
in the
coolest.
color between the comic version and the big screen. On the other hand, what characterizes
This
the
suit
great
is
Iron
actually
Spider is
fire.
that he has these incredible
You
mechanical
guys think
spider
they actually
arms.
put it on,
In
like,
addition,
acting in the movie,
thanks to
like,
the power of the
green
most
screen
advanced
effects or something like that.
nanotechnology, he can survive at higher altitudes,
Because they say
survive against the bullet
nanotechnology.
wounds, and also, he can run into different versions, since his suit is made of intelligent material.
Awesome.
This version of the arachnid as a superhero definitively fights battles to another level.
Yeah, I need to play one of these Spider-Man games. They look fire.
Of which he'll always be successful.
I am too good at this.
I've watched other versions of this amazing armor in television series and video games, but I definitely stay with this version of video games.
Warning. Full collision imminent.
Although, if you think I'm wrong with my choice, let me know in the comments, please. Symbiote Spider-Man.
Symbiote. Yeah, is this not Venom?
Darker, more ruthless, but above
I mean,
all,
I
more
see that guy on
powerful.
TikTok. I'm like,
But do you know where the symbiote came from? Everything began during a trip to space when a dark spot adhered to the Spider-Man's hand, covering his body completely in order to give rise to this new
Yo, I
version,
think I know
which
this, the
provided
evil
him some powers
Spider-Man.
and skills in a drastically improved version. But how to imagine that a simple black spot, yes, the one which colors the classic costume of this superhero, is actually an alien that inhabits Peter's body like a parasite?
You're just not real. You're in my head. Because you're just a parasite.
Parasite?
When Peter realizes that this being seeks to master his mind and body completely, he tries to get rid of it. After several attempts,
yo, this is actually
Peter manages,
fresh.
in the bell tower of a church, to expel
Look,
it from
it's
his body.
satisfying.
Nevertheless, as the symbiote came from the space in order to stay, it took possession of Eddie Brock's body so that it can give life to one of the strongest enemies that
Yo,
Spider-Man
this
has
is
had.
satisfying. Look.
Get ready, because the version of Spider-Man that I'll present to you next is quite terrifying, to the point of making you reconsider the love you have for this arachnid character. Zombie Spider-Man.
Yo.
Run! The zombie apocalypse came into the arachnid world, and this Spider-Man will not hesitate to devour you. This version is very, very creepy. Can you believe that this version of Peter Parker was able to eat Mary Jane and her beloved Aunt May? Yes, just like that, they were eaten up by zombie Spider-Man as a consequence of his insatiable voracity
Hold
for
on.
meat.
So Spider-Man was bad at the point.
And of course, I know
That's
what
what's
you're thinking
meant to be
right
a
now.
superhero.
How can a repugnant zombie be so powerful? And to answer you, I dare to ask you another question. Do you think you are everything you eat? Well, it seems that the zombie Spider-Man took it very seriously, because
Yeah,
he
this zombie
absorbs the
Spider-Man
powers
is
of the characters
terrifying.
that he goes eating. That's how he got the cosmic powers, by devouring the poor Silver Surfer, and then
Yeah,
when
man, just
Galactus
eat a
is
bird
eaten up,
so I can
managing
fly.
to quadruple his powers. Also during his zombie state, this version of Spider-Man was able to kill Venom, Red Skull, and defeat the Green Goblin. Wow, definitely the zombie
I heard that
virus
the
that
Green
invaded the
Goblin
body
is
of
the new
this
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
which I've
ran
not
into
watched.
one of the
And I
strongest.
don't know when to watch it. Because I ain't planning to go
Now
to
it's
the
time
cinema
for an
anytime soon.
arachnid advice. If there's something that's holding you back in your life,
Just let go. Be in the moment.
and remember,
I, love you all.
Yeah, I love you all.
That's all, folks.
subscribe to TrendMax and activate the
So yeah, I think that's the end. Well, I didn't see Tom Holland there. I don't understand if they were saying the anime character or the actors. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you now know the strongest Spider-Man if you ever watch Spider-Man, because I didn't, and I'm lost in this video because I don't know. If you enjoyed the video, smash that subscribe button, like the video, and yeah, see you all in the next video. Before we leave, thank you all for 300 subscribers and the road to 500 subscribers. So yeah, smash that subscribe button. I'm out.